Here we have a New Holland L555 Skidloader. It's made by Ertl, and it's listed as 1/64 scale, but it's actually 1/50th, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. Like I said, it was made by Ertl. It was in the early 90s. So if you take that into consideration, that it was the early 90s, the functionality and the range of movement is good for then, but by today's standard, it's not very good. It's got the old New Holland logo, and it's in the old colors, where it's more of a black and yellow, whereas now it's more of a grayish color. The functionality, like I said, from Ertl is pretty good. They replicated the super boom system that New Holland uses. John Deere used it also. The idea was that it was a vertical lift pass system, whereas like when you lift it up, the bucket wouldn't come back in towards the machine as it did on like a radial lift. It would just it would go straight up and stay vertical, and it would give you a couple extra inches away from the machine, so you could actually load the center of a dump truck. Whereas with a radial lift, I mean, you pretty much get your tires touching the dump truck, and you could only load one side of it. And you can kind of see that as it comes up, the bucket stays in the same position. It doesn't come back in towards the machine at all. Now, like I said, the range of motion is not very good, but for early 90s Ertl, it was pretty awesome. And like I said, it's not very good, but there's really no interior details, just a seat, and that's it. The bucket barely even dumps, and it doesn't lift up high enough to really load anything, but it does sit on the shelf well, and it is a nice classic skid loader. And now, as far as the size, like I said, Ertl said this was 1/64th, but if you put it next to a 1/50th skid loader, you can pretty much see, like, yeah, this is definitely 1/50th scale. You know, that's the same size. And if you put it next to anything 1/64th, it's pretty obvious that the skid loader itself is enormous. So it's definitely 1/50th scale. I don't know why they would have sold it as 1/64 scale. I don't believe they've started making anything in 1/50th yet. Actually, no, that's not true. I think it was around that time that they started doing like the Caterpillar, the D10 and the 988, and that there was a 350 dump truck, and there was something else. Anyway, like those were all 1/50th scale, so this would have fit right in with the 1/50th scale. I don't know why they wouldn't have labeled it like that. But anyway, that's about it. Overall, it's a nice piece for the time, and if you got a lot of New Holland stuff, I mean, you got to have one. Anyway, that's about it. If you'd like to see more videos, just subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.